Good morning, everybody. Bobby Lynn here, getting ready to make my breakfast this morning, and it occurred to me that I should probably, especially since I'm using this, and I just posted my little challenge, I guess, sort of you to my little boasting about this product, and so many of you are purchasing it. I thought I would just go ahead and use it this morning as I make my oatmeal. So I'm going to make a banana oatmeal, and yes, based on some of the questions, it is all ceramic. It does have some silicone coating here for sealing it. It does have a hole in the top for steaming, and then there's a ceramic, or excuse me, a silicone ring around it to help with some cooling, so you can take it out of there. If you have it in there for a long time, it is still going to get hot, but please grab it from this when you take it out. Like if you're going to be cooking something in there for longer than 3 minutes, probably it will get quite a bit warmer. But for just what we're doing here, it's going to take a minute and a half. You can just grab it from the edge right there. So we're just going to take it out. You take a half a banana, and this is a recipe that Pampered Chef gives us. You do not have to use a recipe at all. You can certainly just create your own. But in the beginning, when you're new with a product, you always feel more comfortable if you're actually following a recipe, and then you start to get really creative and wild. So I'm slicing up a banana in my little quick slice, which I also use for things like avocados. I use it for lots of eggs. It's kind of like an egg slicer on steroids. You can put a lot of different things in here. You can slice tomatoes, you can slice onions, you can slice grapes, mushrooms, you name it. All kinds of things with that. So we're going to put those in there. I'm going to mash it up a little bit with my little mixing chunk here. Good for making guacamole, good for mashing potatoes, good for doing egg salad. We're just going to chunk it up a little bit. And then we're going to add in a half a cup of quick oats and a half a cup of milk. And then we're just going to stir that up real quick. And for this application, we're going to leave the lid off. And we're going to cook it for about a minute and a half. And then while that's cooking, I'll give you some of the other options of things that you can make in there, and I'll even post some of these from recipes. We have a quick little dessert recipe, a little chocolate cake recipe in there that uses most of the ingredients you already have in your kitchen, so you don't have to say, oh, well, I don't have a cake mix or anything like that on hand right now. You don't have to. It's using things like unsweetened cocoa, which are some. Actually, I'll tell you this while that's in there cooking. Some great things to always have on hand in your pantry. You're going to want a flour. If it's a gluten-free flour, if it's I always use unbleached flour if I'm using a white flour, but my preference is more like a wheat, or I like almond flour. I like coconut flour. So these are some of the things you can always have on hand: baking soda, baking powder, things like that. And you don't have to have a mix. I've learned that. A lot of people who know my Pampered Chef story know that I started out as a box cook. Now, pretty much anything in a box was the only way I could cook. And I'm still kind of a box baker because I'm not much on sweets and I'm not a big baker. But I am learning through my Pampered Chef business that really, if you just have a couple simple ingredients on hand all the time, you can always make something really simple with some brownies, this little chocolate cake. But anyway, there's some great recipes on there. There's a lemon blueberry muffin that comes with it that we can that I'll share with you guys as well. Some of the things that you can top your oatmeal with. I love trail mix. You can just buy it in the grocery store already pre-made, or you can make it up yourself. I like this because it always has all the different things in here. It's got almonds and sunflowers and cashews and raisins, and you can just add a little bit of that because I like a little crunch to it. So I'm going to add that in at the top. There might be. So for only a minute and a half, it's real easy to pick it up this way. And it says for every 10, just keep heating for another 10 seconds till you get to the consistency you want. To me, it's still a little bit runny, so I'm going to add it in for a little bit longer. And just keep going like that. We also have a recipe for overnight still oats. I really love still oats. Actually, that's my preference. They just take longer to cook, and you don't want to sit here in front of me for 20, 30 minutes. So that is a good one that you can do with it as well. You can alter it with blueberries. I actually know people who don't like bananas. So if you don't like bananas, you can do blueberries, you can do strawberries, you can do whatever fresh fruit is in season, and add that to it. And then, like I said, add some nuts, some dried fruit to add a little bit of texture. Texture will make it taste like it came from a restaurant. All right. right. Oh, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So we'll stir that up. I'll add in a little bit of nuts and green, all this goodness over here. And now I have a delicious breakfast. And the beautiful thing is, if you're in a hurry, you can whip it up. You can be having this cooking while you're getting ready in the morning. And then come in, put the lid on it, head out the door with a spoon, and you're good to go. Because if you're like me, you're on the run all the time, all week long. That's why I haven't responded as quickly as I could have to everybody, is that I have been running from the sun up to sundown. And by the time you get home, you're just wiped out. But this is a great way to have your breakfast on the go. I hope you'll have a fabulous, pampered day. Bye.